Continuing my trek north, I now move into the Colchagua Valley and the vineyards of Vina Casa Silva. This is Casa Silva's Los Lingas farm, about 300 acres of mainly Carmenere and Cabernet Sauvignon. They were picking Carmenere on the morning of my visit, prized grapes destined for Casa Silva's reserve wines. Casa Silva has 4 estates. Los Lingas is at the eastern end of the Colchagua Valley, closer to the Andes and thereby cooler. Casa Silva likes that, especially for Carmenere. A cooler climate affords a longer growing season, allowing the grapes to ripen more slowly and evenly, giving them rich and complex flavors and aromas. Picking the grapes at the right time is important to all wineries, but at Casa Silva, they take some extra steps to make sure that's accomplished, including plastic ribbons that are strung through the vineyard, showing pickers exactly where to start and stop harvesting the grapes.
And we harvest same small plot, perhaps 1 hectare. We harvest this hectare in 3, 4, 5 different opportunities because we are permanently investigating in laboratories when is the perfect moment to really pick up the grapes to develop the best possible wine and to take all the potential. This is the key point.
Vina Casa Silva is a family-run winery dating back to the late 19th century. Still, it's a young company. Vina Casa Silva was only created in 1997 at the urging of Mario Pablo Silva, the eldest son of the 5th generation on this property, who suggested to his father that the company move from the bulk wine business into the estate wine business.
My family is involved in the wine since they arrived to Chile. They arrived from Saint-Emilion in Bordeaux. They were French in 1892. And they planted vineyard here. They were pioneers in Colchagua Valley. And they planted vineyards and they built the cellar, the old cellar we have now, the oldest cellar of the valley, of the Colchagua Valley. And, but for a long time, they sold the wines in bulk to different wineries. Until to the end of '96, that my father, I and my brothers decided altogether to start our own business, bottling our own wines, taking grapes from the old plantations and also discovering new areas where, to plant the best possible grapes in Colchagua Valley, 100% from Colchagua Valley.
The winemaking at Vina Casa Silva is in the very capable hands of Mario Gaise. On this day, he was overseeing the arrival of some of those Carmenere grapes I saw harvested earlier. The grapes were going directly into large barrels where they would be fermented. The juice then transferred into smaller barrels. Each barrel receives the same grapes from the same vineyard. It's a process Casa Silva uses for single vineyard bottlings, believing that consistency in the process will mean consistency in the wine.
The idea was born because we were working in the vines and we have different little plots. So we wanted to have them separate, but we need a system to have consistency in the process. So that's why we produce these 500 little barrels, to have each plot in each barrel and to make sure that the wine that we're making is the same for every plot.
And now, one of the parts of my job that I love the most, tasting the great wine. There were 2 Casa Silva wines before me on this day, both 100% Carmenere. The first came from Los Lingas. What do you think?
I think they have very high fruit, red fruit, and also it's very good balance.
That was good, but the second Carmenere, a selection of the best grapes from the best vineyards, was outstanding. There's an expression in the United States that you are a two-fisted drinker, which means you want a glass in each hand. That's what I would have to do with these, because they're so good. Cheers.
Cheers.
Gracias. Muchas gracias. Did I mention they also like their horses at Vina Casa Silva? That's Silva himself practicing for the upcoming Vintner Chilean rodeo. In addition to the rodeo, they have a polo pitch and a show jumping course adjacent to the winery. At Vina Casa Silva, they take their horses and wine seriously.
Well, this has been in our blood and horses in Chilean rodeo, in polo, and also jumping. This has been for a long time in our blood. And for us, it's very important. It's part of the life.
They hold rodeos, host polo matches, and provide riding lessons for children on the show jumping course.
And after this, we decided also to open the rest of the facilities for the tourists. The tourists can come here today to visit the polo pitch, the rodeo stadium, and also to see how the children learn to ride. And also, if they want, they can learn, they can ride, they can have a class of jumping, or they can go through the vineyards riding for a picnic.
The idea of a picnic got me thinking about food, and they've got that covered at Vina Casa Silva as well. This is their boutique hotel, a handful of extremely comfortable rooms with a Chilean rodeo feel to them. Imagine that. The hotel also has a restaurant, one of the best in the region. You can dine in the very comfortable dining room or outside in the lovely courtyard. That's what I chose. As for the cuisine, check out the pastel de choclo, a corn and meat pie, a Chilean specialty, and the perfect match for Casa Silva Reserva Carmenere. Lamb chops were next. Chile has some outstanding lamb, and these chops were some of the best I'd had there. The chops were also a great pairing with the Casa Silva Lalal Grand Reserva Syrah. Vina Casa Silva, vines, wines, accommodations, and cuisine. What more do you need? And on that note, it's time for me to end my visit to Chile and this week's show.